I don't know if it's the entertainment as much as it is just the maturity of it for me. I think that everybody got a right to be whoever their ideal person is.
I agree.
Now, if that's the hoochie thing, I guess again, it just depend on my mental business that I'm in. If I feel like that, my ideal woman should look like this, then yeah, you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
But for me, I think that I have less of the idea as far as physical as I get older and more of the ideal of mental. So if a woman is taking care of me and she feel like she want to let her left booty cheek hang out today, baby, go on, pull a titty out too. I don't care.
But you know what though?
Just keep taking care of me. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of It's Giving. I am your host, Sarah Fontenot, and if you have not yet, please hit that button below so you can get subscribed. Hit that little bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content. Now, every week, you guys have changed the way that we shoot this show. It is literally curated to y'all's questions and y'all's submissions, and today we are not going to disappoint you once again. We have, first of all, a GOAT in the music industry. Okay, we got his songs that I know are on your playlist. Some of y'all might have been made to this song. I ain't even gonna lie. But we gotta say, guys, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. We have none other than Lyfe Jennings on the pod today. What's up?
What's up? How you, man?
I'm so good. I'm blessed, happy. I'm grateful. I'm so happy you're here.
Good.
It's the voice for me. Have you always had this talking voice? Like, I know you have a singing voice, but have you always had this talking voice?
Probably not, man. I used to smoke a little bit.
Oh.
And my action just changed, you know what I'm saying? I stopped it right away though, but
Okay.
Right.
I like that. So I have to ask you, if this season of your life were called It's Giving blank and you had to fill in the blank, what would it be called? And you have to say it's giving.
Oh, it's giving boss.
Oh, break that down.
Nah, I just, it's a lot of ventures that, I just went on to follow through with. I went down to the 50 thing he had in Shreveport. And then I chopped it with him down there, him and Ye and Murder. And I just saw how they was getting down, man. And I just came straight back home and all the little stuff I had kind of in rotation, I just pushed it through,
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Have you always had that mindset of like, would you say that you were like seeking mentorship or just getting in the environment of people that are being productive? Like, how did you decide to do that?
But the people I work with always talking about I gotta get out more because I really don't be getting out like that. Yeah. And that was one of the things that I did. I went out, 50 invited me down there. So when I went, I just saw how they was moving. I'm just like, yo, bro, like I could be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It's the environment. It's right. It's like they always say, yes, a flower can grow from the cement, but it sure is easier in a garden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have to ask you because you have been singing since. How did you get into that?
How did I get into singing?
Yeah.
My family was a singing family. Like my uncle, like he really like he the big stepper. He was singing, known all around the city, man. We kind of like mimicked him, had a little group and stuff like that. Yeah. And just kind of continued from there.
Okay. Yeah. Did you think you were gonna make it as a singer before you made it as a singer? Was that hard at all?
I didn't really give any thought to making it in the sense of being a celebrity or anything like that. I was just really trying to touch people that was in situations like mine. That's what I aspired to do, and it just so happened to turn into this.
So who do you look up to?
Musically? Definitely somebody like 50 Cent. I know that's a different genre of music. Also look up to cats. Vocalists like a Daryl Cooley or somebody like that. That's just an amazing vocalist. But a lot of the early musicians that I listened to was really women, like an Anita Baker.
Shut the front. Let me find out.
Yeah.
First of all, I can't believe you just said Daryl because one of my favorite songs on the planet is Beyond the Veil. Do you know that song?
Nah, I don't know that joint.
Ah,
I mean, I'm sure I heard
that's that
it.
Wow Gospel 1998.
98.
Did I just age myself?
She cheesing. She got a little crush.
No, I loved
crushed.
it. I literally, Wow Gospel 1998, that album changed my life.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like all the different albums. Anyway, Beyond the Veil is on there. Anita Baker.
Yeah, that Compositions album was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know when she was the album Chapter 8?
Chapter 8.
See, I'm too old for my own blood. I'm too grown right now.
I'm sure I heard everything.
Everything?
By Anita. Like I just discovered I had feelings.
Oh, with Anita.
Anita, yeah.
She makes you feel good.
Yeah.
She meant every word that she put in them songs.
And you know it's kind of crazy. Like Anita really helped my writing style because she say stuff that really didn't make sense then. And you just had to think about it. Like he'll ride up on this horse and take me away one night. That fairy tale, that very true reality stepped into view.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man.
So then you started telling stories in your music.
Yeah, but that was due to Biggie. Like I got a mix of stuff going on, man.
You just so what's the word when you just so eloquently and so easily just threw in like that's when I was, doing stuff with Biggie. How was that?
You talking about doing records with Biggie?
Just the whole relationship.
Oh no, I never had a relationship with that. I ain't know, bro. I was in prison when Biggie came out. My relationship with him is just listening to his stuff and how he put words together, and just his whole demeanor. Like he was a cool dude, man. That just kind of he focused on his lyrics, but he seemed more aggressive, I guess, listening to him than he did looking at him. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a question. And I actually have two questions. We might not get to the second one depending on the first one.
This must be a long question.
Well, it just depends on how you feel and where it goes. So my first question is, you went to prison. Mm-hmm. How many years?
The first time, like 11. The second time, like 3.
So 14 years of your life.
Plus juvie, like 15, yeah.
Jeez Louise. So do you feel like you missed growing up?
I miss growing up in a regular kind of way.
Okay.
But, obviously I grew up. I just
obviously.
grew up in a different,
It wasn't like a child's innocence way.
It wasn't that innocent. That was over with.
So how do you feel like that contributed to who you are now? And how is that contributed to how you date now?
How I date? Contribute to who I am now, man. I got a lot of idiosyncrasies, man. Yeah, like, it also, I'm kind of loner. Like I don't mess with a lot of people because my tolerance is low. Even with women, like my tolerance low with women too, man. Like I ain't gonna be having no meaningless conversations and just, every time you call me, you need $40 or something like that. Like, yeah, we ain't doing that.
Have you experienced that in Atlanta? The girls that are asking you for money?
Damn near all of them. Like it's like chicks down here. You don't even get past the second phone call, and it's and they hit you with the hint, "Hey, I'm about to go get my hair done, cause I'm gonna come see you." And then it hit like you think that you could, but I'm like, nope.
It's giving audacity for me.
Yeah.
So do you? Okay, so literally the second phone call, like you've only talked.
I mean, I've had it happen before. Of course, not with everybody. I'm not blanket than a whole, like women in general. I'm saying there are those kind of women.
How do you know who's not like that?
You don't. And that's one of the problems. Somebody could be giving business, woman want to be by your side, but they really just trying to get in the dough. Once they in the dough and they see everybody else in the dough, then remove themselves from the room. And then here we go with the, hey, I need this and that, So you never know.
Dang. Want to be by your side, then they get in the room and then they leave you.
I mean, not leave you, but that's when they start like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. Can you this? Can you that? That's why I keep a cool little severance pay on me. Yeah, I got it.
What does that mean?
Nah, I it's like if and I've done this several times. If a chick just start asking me for too much stuff, I give her more than what she asked for because that's the last time you about to see me.
Damn.
Like if you hit me like, hey, you didn't hit me a couple times and now it's from nails to nails and hair and Uber. And I'll be like, yo, you asked for 400. I'm going to just give you 550. Here you go. Get your action done. And they be like, all right, cool. And ain't no more phone calls being answered. You did? Yeah. Got your severance pay.
That's crazy. But I honestly could get it though.
Yeah.
I feel like we live in a world, and we talk about it a lot on this podcast about like modern day women. And we talk about how a lot of modern day women are very entitled to the wallets of men that they haven't even qualified to ask for anything from. And I feel like, you know, on the receiving end, being a man that has those women that kind of just see you more as a wallet and an experience versus a person that they really want to be on their side. Have you experienced that there's more modern day women, or have you also experienced some good ones?
Honestly, you know, my experience is so different, you know, from everybody else's experience because I've experienced, of course, the ones that come right out the gate trying to get a meal, you know what I'm saying? Then I've experienced the ones who didn't come out the gate that was like plotting, you know what I'm saying, trying to get a position and then ask for it. But then the last one, which is the most tricky one and the most weird one for me, is that you could actually get with somebody and they not really looking for nothing, no monetary gain or nothing like that. Like they really like you. And then once they get around you, they will get accustomed to the lifestyle and wind up being spoiled. And so then in my mind, I always think like, wow, if I had less, then I probably would have had a great relationship with this person. You know what I'm saying? You get to drive in the cars, you get to flying around and pretty much doing what you want to do. And now it's like, oh, you flying me, coach. I need to be flying the same class as you flying. And you going here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that's a weird thing. The bread come with problems, you did.
So do you feel like, but would you rather have less money?
No. I'm not downsizing me.
I feel you.
You did? Okay.
So do you believe, because right now there's a lot of conversations about men who either desire or don't desire to provide 100% for their woman. Now notice I said their woman, not the women they're dating. Like, and dating for me is when you're getting to know someone. As in you're not exclusively in a relationship.
So you're saying providing while dating?
Yeah.
Or
do you think you should provide while dating, getting to know someone, like doing things like, let me take care of your hair? Sure, I can help you pay your rent next month. Sure, I can, you know, do that. Or is that something that should be reserved for a relationship?
Yeah, you know, I think it's different, you know, because some pockets ain't really long like that. Like you could cause internal damage to a nigga pockets.
Not internal damage.
I mean, for me personally, as far as meals and stuff like that is concerned, like that's too petty of a thing. Couple $100 on meals is too petty for me to be concerned about like that. But I do look at everything like it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? So if we hanging out and we just hanging out, the answer is no. I'm not about to be paying no rent or nothing like that because I need to fill out this investment. But once I see that it's an investment and you my girl, then you really don't got to go in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? It got to be an understanding. I need certain things done. And of course, I don't want you having to get out here trying to get some bread to interfere with you taking care of that. So it's provided. You know?
Why do you feel like there are the kinds of men that do overcompensate in the dating phase when they're not exclusive? With the trips and the bags and the food and the experiences, like where do you think that comes from?
I'm gonna be real, and I ain't even never heard nobody say this before, but you know, I ain't gonna be lying to you, man. Like, I think that a lot of just want a pretty girl on their arm. Like, just on a regular, if that chick never asked for all that stuff, they would never do all of that stuff. It's just because she put it in a light like it's a prerequisite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like I said in one of the joints, man. I say, you know, you don't even know I'm trying to get the bag, but you don't even know what to do with the bag except buy another bag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Dang. Dang. I'm like, dang, not because you just want a pretty girl on your arm.
Nah, but dudes, it's like a lot of dudes is just infatuated with looks. It's like, to me, your pretty ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's something in the sense that it attracted me to you.
Yes.
But once I get to you, like because it's 1,000 girls out here that look good. You
Or
know what I'm
better.
saying? Right. But what's your conversation like? What's your
Yeah.
heart like? What's your drive like? What's your goals like? You know?
I say this all the time. So I do think that being attractive is a part of being high value for a woman. And the reason why I say that is because men value an aesthetic naturally. That's like the
Visual.
state. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
They want to see and like what they're looking at. And at the same time, that's what brings them to the door, but your character is what keeps them in the house.
Yeah, because you can get ugly real quick.
Oh,
You can be beautiful externally to me and just get ugly real quick.
really?
I'd rather just have a decent looking chick.
Really?
Yeah, that just take care of what I need. Nice personality, nice way of life. Than a
Really?
beautiful chick that's just a headache, you know?
Well, what can there be a happy medium? What's the happy medium? Is there a beautiful chick that's not a headache that handles all the things that you need?
I think love is the medium because, you know, when you love somebody,
They become more beautiful.
yeah,
anyway.
they it's like something about it. The sex be better when you love them.
True.
The little small little quirks like the laugh or the jokes, that's cute when you love somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I definitely do. It's like people become more attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's like this running joke. I shouldn't say this out loud. I don't know why I say these things on a public platform, but I'm about to say it on a public platform. My sister always says that in the past, not my current experience, but in the past, probably up until I was about 30, which was a long time ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but up until I was about maybe 32, 33,
Mm.
which was also a long time ago. Up until I was about that age, my sister said, no men that you date are attractive. She was literally like, you've never been with an attractive man in your life.
So you don't got a type?
No.
No?
No, my type is safety, security, respect, emotional intelligence, emotional
Wow.
regulation, openness, and honesty. And God.
Wow.
Okay, that's like a given. I never say God on here. Like I got my 6 things because I'm like, oh, that's a given. Like, but apparently for the listeners, it's not a given. God is first. But yeah, no one looks the same. My first boyfriend was white because I'm from Canada. And there weren't very many Black people where I'm from. But
Drake is from Canada.
yeah, but he was a little white too. But I will say, even though the rest of I've been with like my Black kings, I love a Black king. None of them look the same.
So it's no light skin, dark skin preference, none of that.
It just depends on the person. It's an essence. I'm attracted to essence. I'm not attracted to a visual aesthetic. Now, would I date a man that is 6 inches shorter than me? Probably not. Like flat-footed? Probably not. I don't think I could do like a short king. Like a short king. Same height?
Not
Yeah.
a junior cheeseburger like me.
No, I don't think I couldn't see that. If I'm taller than you in heels, but we're the same height without a shoe on, I think I could do that. That's fine. But like, that's kind of like my, even like I dated a man that was 350 pounds and he was my best
350
friend. You couldn't tell me nothing.
God damn.
That was my guy.
That's a weave. 350. I don't know about that one, boss.
Yeah, no, I am very much about like how I feel with a person.
That's dope though. I think I actually that's probably the goal of everybody, man. Because sometimes I hate how visual that I am, you know. Because I meet people and I'll be like, damn, like this chick, like she got all of the right qualities. She talk good, she smell good, she seems considerate, she's submissive, she wants to take care of me, but she got 3 ears, and I just can't get past that.
No, I get that. I definitely do.
Yeah.
But you're masculine. That's why. Like literally masculinity, super, like on such a high level of values a visual aesthetic. Which is
Imagine
why
that.
we always say, on this podcast, like feminine means take care of yourself. And that's not to
Mhm.
say, that you have to be a size 0 or a size 2, but it is to say do the best with your genetic potential. And
Mhm.
sometimes people get upset when we say that. But the truth is, and then people are like, well, I'm a great person. Okay, that's great. But most men most masculine men, most high value masculine men don't want to take the time to find out because you didn't hit the visual aesthetic first.
I feel you. I do got a lot of, probably not a lot, but I do have quite a few boxes that got to be checked.
What are they?
Well, first of all, I feel like that you got to have all your teeth because if you can't take care of your teeth, then how can you take care of me?
Oh.
Yeah. And that also goes for your body. I have, I don't have a disdain for overweight women or anything like that. But it just always make me think, like, I know that one of the first things to self-control is controlling what you eat.
Yep.
And it's not such a thing that I just don't like obese women. Because I am attracted to some obese, like I like that, a little bit, right? But
obese or thick? Because
thick,
obese is different.
thick.
Okay.
But I look at it like, regardless of what people say, it's unhealthy.
Yes.
And I don't want to be put in a position that we together and we supposed to do this forever, but your forever is a lot shorter than mine because you're not healthy.
Yeah.
So I want you to be healthy. I want you to pay attention to what you eat. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, I'm working out every day.
Yeah.
It's like, they talking about it's a cheat day or you can eat this because, you did this. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like it's a lifestyle. And if I stop smoking crack, I can just say, you know what? I've been clean for 3 years. Let me go smoke the pipe one time.
Yeah. No,
yeah, man.
you're literally saying the things that we talk about on this podcast all the time. Like, quite literally, masculinity. So I've done a lot of studying and learning and all these things about femininity, masculinity, spectrums, all of these different things, right? And with men being visual, the way that you look, it's a subconscious thing. I don't even know if you know, because most men, you don't sit and have conversations about like what's innate. That's such a much more feminine thing to do.
What's the definition of innate?
Like natural, instinctual.
Innate.
Yeah. So
innate.
Yeah. Yes. So you instinctually will or innately seek out women that are taking care of themselves, because ultimately it comes down to your legacy. How you take care of yourself is how you'll take care of my children. That's what masculinity says. So it's and also usually a body that is healthier looking means you'll bear healthier heirs. So it's this thing that's inside. That is why masculinity seeks what is visually attractive, because symmetry usually means healthy. Usually. Now there's a lot of sick people out here too. They've been outside, but it is what it is. But really and truly, it just comes down to it's a very masculine trait.
See, consciousness is sexy to me. Like conscious. And that just is like a heading to everything that you just said. You're conscious about the way you eat. You're conscious about the way that you dress. It's like you become conscious of all these different things. So naturally, when you have a mate, he's going to be a part of your conscious. You dig?
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. What else? What else is on your list?
What else do I like? I gotta ask my assistant, is it okay to say she looking at me crazy? I like a woman that don't talk too much, man.
Oh.
Like
break that down.
I mean, because it's like a lot of times when I'll be dating, I'll be feeling like that the chick is trying to sell me a car or something. Like,
what?
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I do this, I do that, I do this, my Christian, I go down to my church and it's just so much conversation, like you trying to just sell yourself. Like I just wanted to be natural, and I also know that things are said while you talking, but things are understood in the quiet. You like, so I like them breaks in between. I don't want you to feel like if we out eating or something like that, we gotta fill the whole air up with conversation.
Ooh,
You know?
we literally, the last episode that we did, we had a conversation about what marriage looks like, right? And for me, we were talking about like having a best friend. And what a best friend looks like is, yes, there's going to be times where we sit and we have the conversations, but also there's the times where you sit and you're just in the same space and don't say nothing. Like, don't say a word. Don't say anything. And then there's the moments where you get to get dressed up and you get to do this and you get to have the fun. And, you know, there's definitely levels to it. But I do think that if you're not comfortable in the quiet, it says that you got to work on you, you know?
Yeah. Quiet is so important. And then when you say the things, you just feel more comfortable saying it. Because it's like a lot of times you don't even really got nothing to say. You waiting on the person to finish talking so you could jump in to keep the silence from coming in. And you know, that just ain't my personal thing.
I get it. Preference.
But what else do I like? I like I don't like girls with dirty tennis shoes on. Yeah, that throw me. I could be on the street. I see you some dirty tennis shoes, baby. Go in here. Go in this Foot Locker. Sit down for about an hour. Look at all the clean shoes up that you missing out on.
What?
Cash your lifestyle, baby. Like, I just don't like to see women. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's like if you got dirty tennis shoes on, then your ain't guiding your steps. Oh. That's how I feel personally. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, so not to make this personal, but I have a pair of Air Force Ones. They ain't been white since the third day I bought them.
But do you work out in them?
No, I wear them intentionally with like grungy. Like if I wear like an oversized t-shirt and like flared jeans and I'm kind of going for like more of a grunge vibe.
That's style though. I'm talking about like regular day to day.
Nah, it would definitely be in alignment with my style. Yeah. But none of my other shoes are dirty. I got my stuff set up pretty doggone nice. But I don't. It's square feet over here, but they not bad either. But it's so funny that you say that because women say that about men. They say that's how to tell whether a man has money or not. Look at his shoes.
And you would be wrong. You would be wrong. Can I expel this?
Yes, please.
Listen, the more money that you get during your regular everyday, the more you dress down. That's just like when you work out. At first, you want everybody to see you got on the tight shirts and you're always doing with poses. But as it becomes a lifestyle, you stop with you wear more baggy. Like me, I just got this jewelry on because, you know, the little bling happens to look nice on the cameras. But in my regular everyday,
say it.
Man, I'll be the dirty tennis shoes, the regular shirt I'm popping up on.
Wait, you can have dirty tennis shoes on, but she can't?
Absolutely, because I'm paying for them. You dig? But that's, the more dressed down that you see a dude.
Man, I know.
You know, and I, you know, I'm all right. Like when you see me, you might look at me and be like, yo, let me pass on that. Boy, you just passed on your blessings, boy. You just let a whole Thanksgiving plate get away from you.
Oh, that's wild. I mean, I get it. And I agree. I actually just had this conversation not too long ago. A friend of mine was showing me a guy that she was interested in on Instagram. And and every picture was like chains, Burberry, Louis, all it was literally every designer from head to toe. I said, I bet that man's broke. Number one, this is a screaming red flag. Because if you're a marketer and you're marketing for that reason, then that makes sense to me. But if you're a normal person and you are dripped down from head to toe
every day,
I think you broke for real. I think you're probably one of those scammers that got one of those loans for $200,000, maybe $50,000, and you went on a shopping spree. So now you got $50,000 or $200,000 in debt that you're struggling to pay back because you bought all these clothes. You didn't do nothing for your business. I got questions.
You got your,
I got real questions.
And clothes.
Yeah.
You know what else killed me about this scam game? And I know it's relevant. Everybody got their hustle, but I used to see cats that rent Rolls Royces and run out of gas in a Rolls Royce and don't got no money to put gas in it, so got to leave it by the side of the road because they don't got gas.
That's not real.
I swear to you.
For real?
Swear to you I saw this, man.
You know, it's like Kanye says, $2,000 bag with no cash in her purse.
Man.
But it be like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that that's because of social media, where we're also forced to, you know, put on. I be telling people, I feel like, for my feminine ladies, this is a hack to my ladies. Kenny, am I right here? Okay, this is my hack to my ladies. I personally think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, because you obviously are a masculine man. I don't think there's anything. Well, there is a few things, but I think one of the most attractive things to a masculine man is mystery. So if you don't know, well, what about her? Like, maybe she has money, maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's you know, successful, maybe she's not. Maybe she's if you don't know, it's like, ooh, I gotta find out. Because ultimately, masculinity wants to crack the code. It wants to solve the problem. It wants to get the answer. It wants to find the solution when you're interested. So if you find the interest, now, because you don't know all the answers, you're not showing yourself naked on Instagram with photos from the back, and you're not, you know, putting it all out.
Yeah, back shots are important though. Like, let's not get it
on Instagram.
But in response to that, I think that you are right, but I don't think that's just a masculine thing. I think that's a human thing. I think everybody is, you know,
we don't feel safe inside of mystery.
You don't feel safe?
No, it's not. And a feminine woman doesn't feel safe because femininity needs certainty. Certainty is masculine. Femininity is flow. So if we're already flowing and then now you come and it's like, I don't understand what's going, you're leaving too much for us to roam and be crazy. But you bring our minds to like, ooh, like when he's certain and he knows who he is and he knows where he's going, it's like, okay, tell me more.
See, you talking about me because that's, hey, listen, that's one thing about me is I know exactly what it is that I want.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, on the flip side, you know, as far as some women are concerned, I think that y'all think that we want stuff that we don't.
What's that mean?
Like for a woman, like it's
a BBL.
No.
Do you want a BBL?
Do I want a BBL?
Yeah. Be honest. Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
I mean, you know, I like different types, but BBL is not one of them. Just say that. Nah.
Truly.
But women like
truly.
I swear to God, like for me, I like natural. I wanna, you know, I wanna be able to grab it and not feel like it's AI or some shit like that. You know?
Okay, so but what if okay. And I want to hear what you're gonna say. I want to hear the point that you're gonna make. But why do you think we as women feel like most Black men, especially in entertainment, want a woman that has a BBL?
I think because if y'all go to the strip clubs with us, we see them, we excited about it, or we see it on TV and we just like, damn, and you just think like, okay, that's what they interested in. But no, that ain't necessarily. It's like the big fancy cars, right? Mm-hmm. You can get the Maybach, you can get all this different stuff, and it's just cool to drive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to be in it, but nobody gonna really want this car for real on a day-to-day. You need something easier that you ain't scared you're gonna scratch it and all the other things that go along with it. You want something more for day-to-day. And that BBL stuff is not for day-to-day. That shit need maintenance. I need a Honda. I need some that's gonna be able to put 400,000 miles on
it. You preaching today. So you wouldn't marry a woman with a BBL?
How do we get on marriage? Like,
do you desire to be married?
Goddamn. Well, back to the 400,000 miles. This Honda, no, you know, I don't know, man. I think that if somebody is giving me the majority of what I need, consistently, and it's like you say, it's no doubt in my mind, no mystery. You know, marriage is not important to me, but if it is important to them, then I think that that's probably one of the least things I could do to make sure that I show that I'm committed. You know, I would do that, but marriage ain't for me, no. You know?
It's not?
Nah.
Who is it for?
It's for y'all.
Why do you feel that way?
I mean, because it's you get in real muddy water in marriage as a man, because, for instance, if you was to cheat on me with my best friend, I caught y'all in the bed and everything.
Dang.
When we go to court, they still gonna give you half. Period. You're gonna get half of everything, regardless. If I was to cheat on you and you caught me in bed with anybody, somebody that you never knew before, an invisible woman, AI, whoever, when I go to court, they're going to give you more than half. They're going to give you the house, the dog, the greeting cards, the spoons, the knives, the fork, everything. And they're going to make me pay alimony to you. So that's what marriage looks like to a man, you know?
Why do you, okay, so two questions. One, why do you feel like the divorce rate is so high from a male's perspective?
It's the understanding of what marriage is. Like again, like if I talk to you and you really understand what marriage is and you convince me of that, then I'll marry you 80 times. Because what marriage is me and you coming together. We found out that we like minds and we can create something for the offspring that we have to make them not have to go through the difficulties that me and you went through. This thing is not about, do I like you this year or I don't like you this year? You got fat, your hair fell out or whatever it is. It's not about that.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? This is just as much a love relationship as it is a business relationship.
I agree.
And if you just want to focus on the love and you can't see past that, then marriage probably is not for you or me at that point. You dig?
Yeah. So people don't know what marriage is from the beginning, which I agree with. I think that marriage is one of the most important decisions that we'll ever make that we're never taught about. Like, we don't get taught how to be married.
But why is it so important to women though?
I think it's important to both. I personally feel like if your marriage is rooted in alignment and in mission and in purpose and in God, that is a kind of marriage that changes the world. And whether your world be your block that you live on or whether the world literally be the globe, I think those types of marriages hit different. They give people inspiration. They show kids. And then when you birth children out of that, like even my parents, right? And you know a little bit about my family history. Like my dad had cancer in 2023. Well, he beat it in 2023. He ruptured a disc in his back when I was 10 years old. My mom, we went from a 2-family income household to one. My mom still made my dad head of household. My mom gained 100 pounds. So when you look at the things that technically would qualify someone being in their masculine, making money for men, and being in their feminine, being fit for women, both of my parents would have technically dropped the ball. But they were so committed to the mission of what their marriage meant. In like back home, every black person, damn near every black person in the city knows my parents. And my mom is Auntie Pam to everybody. So they may not have made a global impact with their marriage, but they've made a massive impact with their marriage. Like,
but why is that a goal? That's what I'm asking. Like, why is that a goal for women to get married?
I think we as humans, we crave connectivity. It's on a soul level. It's so innate.
But can we connect without having this contract?
I think we can do whatever we want to do. The question is, do you want to do that? And even for me, I've been having questions about, like, do I desire marriage because I've been told my whole life that I'm supposed to get married and have a family? Or do I desire marriage because I want to build with my partner? And the truth is, I won't know until I have my partner. Right now, I'm not in a rush to do it wrong.
There's a lot of 350-pound-year-old running around.
Shut up.
But let me ask you another question.
Okay.
If so, let's just say that you found somebody and all of this, the headings that you said, even the subheadings for an ideal mate that you found, and he told you, well, I can be everything that you need me to be, but marriage is off the table. Would you still continue with it?
So what is this? You're my friend with benefits?
No. Y'all together. Every capacity that marriage has, y'all are. It's just like I just don't want to jump the broom.
I don't understand that. Why? I don't. It's like you want to be my long-term boyfriend. That's what that sounds like.
I guess what I'm asking is, why does this title make or break any relationship under God. Because whether it's a title, it's still under God. Whether it's not a title,
This
it's
is
still under
true.
God.
Marriage licenses were created in 1929,
Mhm.
and they were created so that black men couldn't marry white women. You had to have a license to be married.
Mhm.
So you couldn't get the license to marry a black man marrying a white woman in America. So it's really rooted in racism, to be honest, a marriage license. But jumping the broom is different to me. Do I need a government contract? I don't know. And honestly, that's just my truth right now. I don't
It's
even
okay.
know that I
Your
need
truth is
to
okay.
necessarily be married. But what I do know is if a man and I were exclusively together and we've
Mhm.
made the decision to, because I don't even want to move in with a man with no promise, to be honest,
Mhm.
because now we're moving like we're one unit. But at any given moment, now I start doing what I do. And that's why I'm single now. Well, single in the terms where I'm not married. I don't know how to not seek your need and fulfill it. I don't know how to not start orchestrating. I don't know how to not go 10,000% for my partner. I don't know how not to do that. I wish I were wired differently, but I'm just not. And so inside of that, that means that whatever I have going on diminishes on a large scale because I'm putting more of my focus into you than I would be putting it into me. And if you are my husband, then there has to be some level of safety inside of that. So what I mean by that is I think that prenuptial agreements are great. And inside of that prenuptial agreement, I think that there also needs to be safety and security for that woman who is diminishing parts of herself during the most valuable years of her life. I think the time from 30 to 50, we are getting less valuable in that time. We hit a peak and we get less valuable because technically what is valuable
That's
for a
what
woman
society tell you.
is while we can create children.
And I think that
That's the only thing that
is the
separates it.
answer. Well, probably part of the answer that I was confused about.
Mhm.
You know, because it's society telling you that, you know, your value decreases. I mean, to some people, your value increases after 30 as opposed to
Well,
going
I'm
down.
saying because society says one of the most valuable things that a woman has an opportunity to do for a man is to produce an heir.
Baby, society. That ain't true.
No, not in
That
society.
ain't true.
This is literally like biblical. The one of the most beautiful things that's why you're only supposed to have one husband. That's all these women are having children with multiple different men, and that's fine if that's their prerogative. No judgment, y'all do you, but it lowers value, right?
Mm.
So if you have one person and I produce a child for you, we've literally come together to create life with one another. If we've done that, that is one of the biggest privileges and honors that a team can even do. In my opinion, bump society, bump whatever, but because now you're creating our future. What else is there?
Mm.
Now we could do that as teachers, we could do that as, whatever it may be, but I just feel like when two people come together and they decide to bear legacy, make it a legacy, So for me, I think that is a huge part of value. And we can't do that past a certain time. Men can do it at 75.
We can agree to disagree.
That's fair.
Because my thing is, if I'm in a relationship with somebody and we not married, but we doing everything as married, I feel I feel like that. I know what you're saying as far as financial security is concerned, because if she stopped working and she taking care of you, then the bottom fall out, then that leaves her. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without a bottom, she ain't got no ropes, no little ties to hold on to. But I feel like for me, like if that was the case for me, I'll put you in my will. Now, if I die before you die, then you will be left so that, your life is comfortable when I'm gone. And if you die before I die, then you don't need it.
But what about while we both living?
I mean, while we both living, that's already understood. You ain't never got to go in your little purse.
But what if you break up? Then what?
Well, if we break up, then let me add a part in there that I didn't. In the course of this, you should be thinking, not just creating businesses or whatever just so you can get money, but you should be creating labors of love. Because at the end of the day, that's really the only thing that's going to survive even past this relationship is your labor of love.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I got to finance that's just a part of it.
So what if the child is the labor of love?
I don't, I hear that a lot. Like, some women will say that I gave you a child. but baby, you didn't give me a child. Like
We created a child.
we colluded.
It was
We
a two-way
colluded.
street.
Yeah, we colluded and we made this child, but it's just that whole symphony of thought that you start going down in value, and I got to do this before this age and all of that stuff. People don't realize it's not that you have to do this before this age. It's you thinking that you got to do this before this age is what makes you have to do this before this age, because life is mental. If this world out here, it's an echo. You ain't got nobody to blame. You ain't got nobody to call to save you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If this bus didn't hit you, then it wasn't your time to go. If this bus did hit you, it ain't no avoiding that bus hitting you.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's mental, baby. This is mental out here.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I definitely agree. And I think that, and let me just, because I do want to say this point. I don't think that a woman is non-valuable if she doesn't have a child. I don't think that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I do think that is a big privilege and a huge honor to do. And I think that it should be taken much more seriously than it is taken today.
True.
And I also think that we're all valuable people, period. Granted. But I just, in that space of like children, because I'm in that age. Am I going to have children? Am I not? Am I going to do it? Am I not? Am I, because children change everything.
Do you want children?
I used to say I wanted 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl with my girl in the middle. And I wanted them all to be 2 years apart. And now I'm like, well, this is what I think is going to happen. I will either surrogate a child. I can adopt a child. I can bonus mom children. I can bear children. I have no idea what it looks like for me.
Bro, what is your angle, bro?
What angle?
I'm listening to you and I dig it.
I'm free. That's the angle.
No. I mean, what I mean by what's your angle, it's like it just sounds like happiness is here for you, because obviously you're attractive. Obviously you're a boss. You got your own thing going on. Obviously you got a good head on your shoulders, because way you talk, just your dialect, your tone, everything, it all says I'm ready for this happiness. I'm deserving of this happiness. But it just be listening to you. It's like the happiness is here, you there, but then you go up and you go down and you go around and then you back up. It's like all of this.
You know what it is?
Let me tell you something that Private Cat ain't told you.
Tell me.
You can make the perfect plan in the world, and God will look down and laugh at that plan.
Factual.
So the most important thing that you could do is just focus on the end result, because this middle right here, regardless of what popular opinion is, you can't control this middle. Yeah. But by giving up that control, it becomes the most beautiful thing in your life, this middle. So if you do want to have kids, you don't want to have kids, your focus is just on this happiness. Everything else will work itself out.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. It'll work itself out. I just felt like I had to let you know that, like, your shit is coming, bro.
Thank you.
Like, you don't worry.
But this
age,
is the
nothing. Don't worry about it.
It is.
Hairstyle, feet, nails,
you
teeth.
feel me.
RESPEZ.
No, but what
don't
I'm
worry
saying
about
is,
it, man.
that's where I'm at. I don't know what it looks like for me. And every time I thought
I know what it looked
wrong.
like for you.
Do you?
It's beautiful. It's a movie, baby.
But that's right now. It's beautiful and it's a movie.
No, I ain't talking about right now. I'm talking about forever. I'm on top of a mountain. I ain't in the valley, baby. I ain't looking up at the mountain. I'm on top. I can see. You know, when Moses got to the promised land, Moses was asking God, like, how much of this is me? Yeah. He was like, as far as you can see. My vision is far, baby. Like, my shit is far. I see. You all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did it.
I received that. I received that.
Good news.
So that being said, would you have more children? Do you want to share how many children you have?
I got 6 kids. Yeah.
Do you want more?
I don't deal with wants and not wants. What I want is to have a happy, productive, meaningful life. If that just happens to include some more kids and some more baby mamas, even though not so much on the baby mamas.
How many mothers do your children do you have?
I got 5 baby mamas. So even though I got 6 kids, I got 11.
You were gone for 15 years.
Yeah, this nut had to. This nut was trying to.
How? How'd that even happen?
Because you got to.
Are any of your kids the same age?
My youngest, they couple months apart. Like, my boy's 8 years old. and one of my other boys about to be 8 years old this month.
Okay.
Yeah, on the 21st.
You were busy.
Yeah.
You were making up on lost time.
I stay busy, man. I stay busy. But again, like the universe used me, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't got plans for your life, then God will make plans for somebody else's life using you.
Yeah,
You
buddy.
know, so I was just at a point then where I didn't have any real plans. So
Yeah.
I was more a tool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm the building. You dig?
Come on.
Yeah.
So maybe more children.
Baby.
Who knows? You're open. You're surrendered.
Yeah, I'm open to anything, man. I'm open to pretty much anything.
Okay.
Jack, surrender. I like that.
That's what
I need to write a song called Surrender. I love that.
I love that.
Surrender. Yeah.
I love that.
Surrender. I never heard a song like that.
Have you ever sing gospel music?
I consider everything I do gospel. Gospel to me is the truth.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know why in my mind I just thought of surrender being like Lyfe Jennings, new gospel artist. Surrender.
I got a gospel song that they do a lot in church.
Which one?
A couple. Made Up My Mind. There's a gospel
I'm gonna be
song.
on Spotify as soon as this episode is over. I just need you to know that.
And then it's another one. What is it? It Could Have Been Worse.
Ooh.
It Could Have Been Worse is a gospel song. Yeah.
Is it on Spotify?
Everything on Spotify.
Can I listen to the first 30 seconds?
Go ahead.
We're going to put y'all on game right now, okay? This is Lyfe Jennings we got in the building. Singer extraordinaire. Mm-hmm. It could have been worse. And let me tell you, I do gospel for real.
You got good knuckles too.
Thanks.
Okay. My fault. Go ahead.
I got strong hands or whatever, strong feet too. I don't have like the dainty, cute little petite feet. I could run really fast. If I was a slave back in the day, I might have got away. I really can run fast.
You'd have been in the house.
Nah. You would have been in the house. Not me. I'm brown, okay? I am brown. Could have been
worse.
I'm so curious to know who right here, who you sound like. All right, guys, here we go.
We always complaining about how bad stuff is for us.
Fact.
Complaining about a light bill. Hell, there's people that don't even got lights. So I want to tell everybody listening, man, embrace your struggle. Because no matter what, man, true story, it could have been worse.
Gotta say that.
I was going through some changes in my life, cussing and complaining every night, telling God the way He's treating me ain't right, and how I don't deserve this. Then a voice from somewhere came to me and say, "You got no audacity to flex your mouth to disrespect. How soon we forget." And he said, "Remember when you were sick and you got better. Remember I put your family back together. Remember I could have cut you off forever. So no matter how bad you think it hurts, it could have been worse."
Hey, okay.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
That's facts. It could have been worse. I live by that. But did you die?
Right.
No. Like I'm all right. It's gonna be okay, one way or another.
That's why I try to. I make it a point all the time that whenever something that I consider good happens in my life, I trace it backwards, and all along that path that I trace, it's a lot of that I consider bad. But without that bad, this good wouldn't happen.
Ooh,
shit is important. It's important.
It's literally, I've done that so many times in my life. Like even me being in America, because I'm Canadian, right? Mm-hmm. And I think about one of the biggest things that happened before I moved to America. It was terrible at the time. Now I talk about it. I hope my dad doesn't watch this episode because he still don't know, high key. But I got beat up by my first ex-fiance. Damn. And yeah, crazy. I was almost paralyzed.
Not the 350.
No, he was a teddy bear. He was like 250, but he was a defensive end.
Oh,
he was that guy was all muscle. Anyway, I say that to say I never would have moved to America, to the United States, had I wanted to stay in that relationship, or I would have moved to North Carolina.
Mm.
And I cannot even imagine how or who I would be if that was the trajectory. And I feel like sometimes God be telling you, like, not the time, not now, get off of that track. And when you don't listen, it's like aggressively, you have to get ripped off of that track. And so I was aggressively ripped off the track.
I feel that.
But I'm grateful because I feel like inside of that, I was saved.
You don't know who you would be without that whooping.
Period.
Right.
Period. Because then I started creating who I am now when I got to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I love that we got a chance to listen to your song and you have new music.
New music.
Coming out.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, I just redid the video to Must Be Nice.
I love that song.
Yeah, so Must Be Nice AOU. AOU stand for Artist Owned Umbrella.
Okay.
So that's my new business. When you see that stamp on anything, that means all of the money from streaming or you buying it is going straight to the artist, not the label.
Yes.
Yeah. And so the Must Be Nice, we just did the video. We dropped it a couple of days ago. It's doing really well. We got it's an EP coming out. It's 6 songs. It's R&B, and then I got 6 songs where I'm rapping.
Oh.
Different package for these young cats, man.
Oh.
They say my songs is too slow to listen to.
These kids, I don't even feel like these kids know what real music is. And look, no disrespect to any artist out there, but I just don't feel like there's real music anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I'm challenged. That's why I live in the 90s and the 2000s and the 60s and y'all know. I will Lenny Williams you to death. Okay. I will Anita Baker you to life.
Yes.
Look, I'll bring it back to Switch. And most of y'all probably don't even know who that is. Okay. I'm talking, I want to be, yes. Yes. I want, my gosh. I want to be closer. That's one of my favorite songs by Switch.
Man, I was just listening to that the other day. That's crazy.
These kids will never know.
It's not even a lot of harmonies. It's not even a lot of harmonies.
I was listening to your harmonies in the gospel song.
Yeah, like back then, it was a big thing to have these crazy harmonies, and people don't do bridges anymore, man.
Back then, you had to have talent. Now you just need a hot beat, and if you dress ratchet enough, they'll catch on. That's how I really feel. And look, no disrespect. This is the thing about me too. The truth is the truth. People might be like, well, how you going to say how I dress? What? It's the truth. It's ratchet. It doesn't make it good or bad. It just is what it is. If you want to put a negative connotation on how you dress, maybe you should have thought of that when you looked in the mirror this morning. I don't know. That don't have nothing to do with me. I just feel like we got to start calling what it is what it is. You know, there's too many people that are out here like, well, this is what's trending. No, you look like a streetwalker. And that's okay. If that's what you want. If you want attention instead of respect, then do that. But you got to know the consequences for what it is that you're putting out there. I personally think.
I just think how you dress is definitely in collusion with the business that you in.
I agree.
So when you see the chicks in the hoochie outfits and stuff like that for their business model, then you know what I'm saying? Then that seems like the uniform.
When you at work, you're at work. But when you're in the grocery store, put it away.
And the melons out in the grocery store.
Man, I've seen it. Like I've literally seen people walking down the street in the daytime wearing a completely see-through outfit with nipple covers and crotch covers.
You don't got no hoochie outfits back in the closet?
From my bedroom.
That's it.
For outside?
I mean, just like, like
a short
cut
skirt?
off shorts or something like that.
I mean, I have short stuff. You ain't gonna see my booty in anything that I put on in public. That's just not gonna happen. I love a plunging. I like sexy. I do. I love a good sexy number. We had this conversation not too long ago, and I feel like there's just a difference between sexy and scantily clad / raunchy. And I feel like sexy, I'll do a short skirt. I'll do a plunging neckline. Hell, I'll do a crop top situation. You can see some abs showing, but I'm not going to do all of it at the same time. It's too much. That's a part of the mystery that men want to see, I believe. Now, would you marry a woman that walks outside and see through everything all the time? Would you make that your girl? What makes her special when everybody can see what she has?
Me,
You're also an entertainer, so it might be different.
I don't know if it's the entertainment as much as it is just the maturity of it for me. I think that everybody got a right to be whoever their ideal person is.
I agree.
Now, if that's the hoochie thing, I guess again, it just depend on my mental business that I'm in. If I feel like that, my ideal woman should look like this, then yeah, you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
But for me, I think that I have less of the idea as far as physical as I get older and more of the ideal of mental. So if a woman is taking care of me and she feel like she want to let her left booty cheek hang out today, baby, go on, pull a titty out too. I don't care.
But you know what though?
Just keep taking care of me. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but I
Yeah.
also feel like statements like that, where women should be whoever they want to be and dress however they want to dress, which I agree with.
Mhm.
We have to take into account what they're disqualifying themselves from. Because the truth is, the majority of good men, successful men, high value, high earning men with a ton of options will not choose her as a long-term choice.
Yeah, a yes to something is a no to something else for sure.
Yes.
And again, it just depends on the business that you're in. My particular business at times, it's times for all of that.
Yes.
But you got to be versatile, because if I'm going in these meetings, like I say, well, I haven't said yet, but I got the children book series out. So when we go in to the schools and we giving gifts to the
and
schools,
we're reading.
you can't
have the booty cheek. You can't pull the
yeah.
titty out. You
tuck
just
that booty cheek. Matter of fact, let me tuck that thing.
right. Put something a little longer on. And that's what I'm saying. Like there's nothing wrong with a sexy number. Look, if you go on my Instagram page right now, you will see sexy on my page. I am not saying don't be sexy. I'm saying scantily clad and raunchy disqualifies you from what a lot of women say they want. And to be truthful, I don't even really think that you would want a scantily clad raunchy woman as your woman.
I think that it just depends on how scantily clad we talking.
We talking y'all wearing lingerie in Target. Y'all wear lingerie in Target with Air Maxes on.
Nah,
at least the shoes will be clean though.
Not my personal preference. Not my personal preference, but I mean, some people don't cuss. They may look at me saying, damn, man, it's like the worst thing in the world. Like,
no,
it's somebody for everybody, man.
Of course. But look, you just got to know who we talking to on this podcast. We talking to high value.
High value.
Yes.
Where my camera at? High value.
Yes. And high value feminine. Okay.
High value feminine.
Yes.
Feet clean.
Yes.
Knees the right size. Come on. I'm repeating what she said.
No, I'm just saying, like, we got to keep it real, because people be like, oh, he likes it. Yeah, today and next week and in 6 months, you're going to be single and recycled all over again. And that's what I hate. That's what I don't want for women. That think that's the only option.
Yeah, I do definitely agree with that. That it just need to be more versatility out here, because it seems as though that, a lot of the women who are making substantial leaps financially today are, as you say, scantily clad. And while that may be fine for them, I just don't want every woman to be thinking like this is the path that I have to take in order to get on. So I feel you on that joint.
I received that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears here. Oh, look at time flies when you're having fun. We're going to shift gears here, and this is going to be something very fun. Okay. So I'm going to give you a scenario, and then I'm going to give you it's giving something positive versus it's giving something negative, and you have to tell me which one and why. I'm only touching my phone so that I can get the questions.
So I got to say positive or negative?
Well, I'm going to say like it's giving, I'll give you a positive scenario, and then, or it's giving a negative scenario, and then you tell me which scenario and why. Okay. Here we go.
I think I got it.
I know you got it. I'm like, why? Oh, I was like, where did they go? My pinned ones disappeared. Here we go. Wrong note. Here we go. Okay. Ooh. Okay. You're dating a girl.
That's a good sign already.
Yep, you're dating a girl and she really likes you and you really like her.
That's regular.
Whirlwind.
Right.
And it's been 3 months and you're like, you know,
3 whole months. That's okay.
That's a long time?
No, go ahead.
Okay. It's been 3 months. And you say, you know what? I'm ready to take things to the next level. You ready to move this girl in. You ready to do all the things. And then she says, you don't get my wife qualities until I'm a wife. It's giving, well, dang, you kind of just ruined everything there for me for a moment. Or it's giving, well, let's go to the courthouse then.
It's definitely not giving the courthouse. But I would say okay, you know, until she like, oh, these shoes are nice, yeah, and then I'm like, you not getting my husband money till I'm your husband, right? Yeah.
Would you be willing to be abstinent for your person?
What?
Like if you're dating someone. If you're dating someone and they're like, I'm celibate until marriage, would you be willing to wait?
I'm celibate until marriage. Can I be honest?
Of course.
I gotta know what that like before I make that kind of investment. Like we ain't talking about $40. We talking about a life investment. I'm gonna be with you for the rest of my life. I gotta see what that thing hitting on, man. I'm sorry. That might sound crazy,
no, it's your truth.
I'm dead. Yeah.
Would you be willing to wait through the dating process? Maybe not till marriage, but
I mean, to what point in the dating process? Like, you talking about 2 meals, 3 meals?
No, I'm talking about weeks, months until y'all exclusively decide to be together. He said 2 meals. 3
No.
meals.
This is why I asked, because at some point, right, we're gonna have to smash before we make that commitment, because you may not like my motion, I may not like your motion, and this is the motion that you're gonna have for the rest of your. I mean, assuming that you look at marriage as forever, like you don't want that kind of.
I just think you don't want that thing.
Yes, you think
yes, so? You can learn anything.
Well,
and everybody's different, and all the tricks you have for somebody ain't gonna work for somebody else.
But
you gotta relearn.
But I'm not talking about tricks. You're absolutely right as far as how you do it.
Even the motion, it may not work for somebody else.
But that box may just not be good. Just in general, I'm just keeping it real with you. Like,
what makes it not good?
What makes it not good? Mm-hmm. I think number one is lubricatory factor is a big thing. Definitely the lubricant.
Okay.
I said, that's a big thing. And then, which I'm sure a lot of these high profile women in this camera right here don't have that problem. But, that thing being not ran through, like it's tighter. It's not like
ooh, and this brings it back to high value women are exclusive.
And that's one thing I think a woman do need to know. Like, the more bodies that you have, it's not that you've been attracted sexually to several different men. It's just that thing, it can only take so much pressure. I'm not trying to be funny. Mom, let me stop talking, man.
No, please continue, because they need to know. But here's the question, because then it comes down to, if let's say we hit it off, right? We're killing it, and I'm like, I'm celibate until. Okay. And then you say something, we like each other, and you say, you know what, Sarah? Okay, I'm willing to be patient with you. You could be celibate. That's fine.
Right.
And then you say, I don't want to be, a month passes. I don't want to be celibate anymore. We got to smash. I need to see what's going on. So the girl that really likes you, now she sleeps with you, but then you don't like her anymore. So now she's got another body. So imagine the pressure.
Why don't I like her no more?
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't right. Maybe
it's trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Maybe it was just trash. And so now you got to think of the pressure that women deal with, because it's not easy to say, I'm celibate or I'm abstinent, but the truth is it's for preservation, right? Mm-hmm. If every man that we grow feelings for goes to, we need to sleep together, and that's become the norm, then a woman would be ran through.
See, this is what I do. First of all, I would say do what's right for you and don't compromise that.
I agree.
But the second thing, from my point of view, if you just say that you celibate, I could definitely go for that all the way up to the point that I'm thinking about making you mine for real. Once I get to that point, then yeah, it's kind of like a smash and grab thing going on. But you got to decide if this has as much potential as I think it is. Because if we both think it got potential, okay, we got to get down to the fine print, that fine dent. we got to figure that part of it out, because not only do I want to be not disappointed, but I don't want you to be disappointed either. So if that's any consolation, is thinking like, if life say, yo, it's time to smash, oh, he really feeling me. You know what I'm saying? And now I got to decide, am I really feeling him? Do I see potential? Because if you don't, then nah, I ain't really on it. I need to see more. And then convey that to me, like, I haven't saw enough to make me feel like that. You could be a real partner of mine. Yeah.
That's a bar.
Damn.
Vetting process. That's important.
Because that thing, like I said, only got, never mind.
Okay, one more fun one. Let's say that you are on a date. You're on your second date with a girl who you really liked. Like the energy was there, y'all was vibing, so you go out on a second time.
My second date.
Yep. So when you go on this date,
you look like a lot of people, bro.
Who?
Like you look like, sometime you look like Beyonce. Other times you'll look like Shantae. What's her name? The girl that be singing, like, huh? Shantae Moore.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they good looking girls. They looking girls.
You know, it's probably because my hair is like this that you say Beyonce.
No, it's your face. Why is that funny?
I'll take it.
Now, okay, we on the second date.
Okay, second date. Yeah. And she is on her phone the whole time. It's giving, homegirl, do you even enjoy my company, or do you just want me to feed you? Or it's giving, she must have a lot of work to do.
It's giving, I'm a texter, I'm leaving.
Since she on that phone, huh?
Get it. Yeah, that's kind of like self-explanatory. Like, baby, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't clear your schedule enough for me, then I must not be worth being put on your schedule. And that's cool, baby. But you going to take care of your bill, and I'm going to take care of mine. We're going to keep it moving.
You ain't never going to see me again.
Yeah, this was an interview. God damn it.
And you did not get the job.
True story.
Okay, final question of today. We here at It's Giving are avid readers. We believe in growth and evolution by all means necessary. So whether that be audible and you can listen to a book, or whether you're actually picking up and flipping through the pages, what book has changed your life and why?
Oh, Neville Goddard, The Reader. It's easy. And The Reader is actually a compilation of a lot of his previous books. And Neville, I wouldn't say that he's a better author than, other cats like She Got the Diop or Van Certain or, cats like that. But his explanations are more understandable to me. Like when he talks about the Bible, for instance, the way that he breaks down the character and the plots, it really makes me understand it more. And I just really have an affinity for this brother, man. Neville Goddard. Yeah. From Barbados.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I didn't expect you to say that. I don't know what I thought that you would say, but I didn't expect you.
Iceberg Slam.
No. I mean, if I were to think of a book, what book would I think could like represent Lyfe Jennings?
See that moment of silence you're giving. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, I'm really thinking. I'm really like, what book would I think? The 48 Laws of Power. Robert
48
Greene.
Laws of Power? I read the book, 48 Laws of Power.
I could totally see you.
Even part of 50's book. But you know what I think about that? I think that 48 Laws of Power tries to make you be something that you're not. You know, like when it give the little, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do, this is how you get this. It's almost like the book is saying, even if, it don't matter if you're not this or not, but this is how you gain favor with people.
Yeah, I think it's a book of manipulation.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
But why I think I could see you liking that book is because
I'm manipulative?
No.
Oh.
I think you like to understand your opponent.
Yeah, no.
And I don't think you're easy to manipulate. So I think that a book like that, it's like teaching you what the enemy is going to do. Like, oh, I've seen this book. Like even with girls, like when they do the certain look, the way they bat their eyes, or when you, or never outshine. That's rule number 1, never outshine the master. Right? So when we know these things, it's like, oh, I see what you're doing. You can't manipulate me.
Oh, you mean read it to see what
other people would try to do to me.
That work. Like honestly,
I know.
That book definitely works because, of course, when you read a certain part, you're like, I'm gonna try this, and then you do it. But then, as I got into it, it was just like I'm not being my genuine self. But you're absolutely right. It is very helpful to see when other people are not being their genuine selves.
Yeah. That book and The Art of Seduction.
Art of Seduction. Read it too. That's
different.
Yeah, that's different.
But it works. You know what is crazy? What's really, I shouldn't say these things on the internet, but here we go, mom and dad. I'm sorry. It's not even that I'm sorry. I learned from my parents the things that are in that book, but now they're a part of who I am.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And not in a manipulative way, because I think it's contravance, because I use my powers for good and not bad.
There go another, what'd you say? Convertible? Contraband? Contravance. What that mean?
Contravance is when you inspire someone to make a change. Like manipulative means like you're in control and you're moving the pieces. Contravance is when I put the seed in you and you let it live, and then I celebrate you for doing the seed that I planted.
See, I do that regularly. Even with people that I work with, everybody want to feel like that they was a part of the idea.
Yes.
So I'll put the seed out there to make them come around to what I really want, and then congratulate them on coming to it. Contravance and
yes. Yes, very much. So I learned just the positives. Now, if I use my powers for bad, I probably run the world right now, to be honest. Yeah.
Really?
My world. Not the world, but my world. I'd be like, ooh, it'd be different. But I want to go to heaven. And I want to be on heaven on earth, and that's out of integrity with me. So,
but you know what? They say God separated the heavens from the waters above, and he separated the land from below the heavens, and the in between he called what? You know what that say? It said he called it heaven. Space in between, the earth.
Heads to Holy Bible app. What verse is that?
Say God. I don't know what verse.
I know it's in Genesis.
So God separated the waters from the heavens and the earth.
Genesis what?
And in the midst of
no, it's not Genesis 1.
In the midst of the firmament, he separated the heavens from the earth, and the space in between he called heaven.
That's Genesis, the first creation story.
I know.
No, the creation is in the beginning. God created the heavens and the earth was without form, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And then God said, "Let there
look
be
at
light."
you." First of all, let me find out. Why do you know all of this? Why do you know word for word?
I know a lot of shit for nothing. I don't even know.
That's not for nothing, though.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like just a lot of information. It's good to read things that way when something else come up that can concur it. Or, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, it got to be the truth then. That's how I separate stuff, you know?
I have here. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And then it stops. Let me keep going, because that's 6. Here we go. And God said, let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water. So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above. And And it was so. God called to the vault sky, and there was evening, and there was morning, one second day. And God said that the water under the sky be gathered into one place, and let dry ground appear. And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and gathered waters to he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, okay, etc. The land produced vegetation, okay, etc. And there was evening, the morning was third day. What version of the Bible are you reading?
I've read it in all the versions. King James version, whether it's volume
King
1.
James is
but
hard.
But it says the midst of the version he called it heaven. He separated the waters above and separated the waters below in the land, and the space in between he called heaven. Right.
Look, you just sent me. I'm about to go on a whole little study.
Check it out.
But you know what? I do say, I do always say that I believe hell on earth is in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's when you guilt yourself, shame yourself, wrong yourself, and replay the past, and you overanalyze, and you just beat yourself down. I do feel like that's hell on earth, and I believe that heaven on earth exists too in your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a vibration.
We got to have a part 2. We definitely, Neville Goddard, we talking about Neville Goddard over here. It's crazy. Yeah. So yes, anyway, you have come today. You have blessed our followers. Y'all make sure to check out that EPK that's coming out. The new version of Must Be Nice is amazing. He's writing children's books. So you might even see him in a school, who really knows? Lyfe Jennings is out here changing lives. Yes, but you have absolutely just come with authenticity. And you've been honest and real. And I think that through your truth, you're teaching others how to tell theirs too. And so thank you so much for just being yourself, bringing the real, the raw, the transparent, because that's what this is all about. And, being bold enough to be inside of that, owning your you, claiming your you, because ultimately that's what It's Giving is all about. So thank you so much for coming on the show today. And if no one has told you guys today, first and foremost, if you've made it this far, please hit that button below. Make sure that you get subscribed. Hit that little bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content. And if no one has told you, you are freaking phenomenal. Bomb.com. Nothing can stop you but you got to do something about it. Love you guys. Bye.